can see the look on Gherdy's face here. He is unfazed. This is how he looks in every single one of his fights. A complete stoic, zero emotion. He is a little of a slow starter, but he is extremely, extremely good at managing distance and range. Don't expect anything different here. He has a huge reach. You can see the spread of his shoulders, the length of his arms, a really stiff jab. Gherdy's going to manage and control the distance between the two, making it hard for his opponent Julio to land any big shots or get inside. And here you see, digging the underhooks, making Julio tall so he can start to work his way away from the fence, getting away from that wrestler as best he can. Julio content to stay tight here, wanting to control from the side, showing not much of a striker, but really, really heavy on the grappling, looking to keep things in that range. Gherdy pummeling up, sitting in, defending that head and arm, working his way back up to his feet. Julio does not want to strike with Gherdy. He is more than happy to sit on this 2-on-1 and look to keep wrestling. Gherdy's got to get control of the inside, break posture of Julio, and force him into a different type of exchange. If he allows Julio to keep throwing, the arm spin by Julio, putting Gherdy down, Gherdy landing face first. If you guys were watching Titan back in the day, their former featherweight champ knocked out 3 guys in a row with arm spin takedowns, putting their face through the mat. Gherdy surviving, hitting that side control, grabbing onto the half. He has the underhook here. He can work his way out. But these classic wrestlers, especially the Cubans, man, they put a lot of weight down. They can maintain pressure really well, and they tend to always be really fit. Gherdy chose a hell of a fight for his MMA debut because Julio is more than happy to bring it to him.
Yeah, he is definitely all over him. And another slam.
Big suplex, though Gherdy didn't even hit the floor. Julio threw himself with Gherdy on top of him. I mean, doesn't particularly matter. Those were 2 shots to the back of the head. Referee Chris McNochie giving him the warning. Gherdy again, right back up to his feet. Making space out of there. Gherdy's got to get to work. In his kickboxing matches, he was a bit of a slow starter, but you see now he's woken up 2.5 minutes into that first round, lands a ferocious head kick, starts picking him apart with these nasty shots. Julio's displayed his game. He wants to wrestle, and Gherdy is denying that, taking the first round over by storm in those last 30 seconds. Julio's gas tank might be gone at this point. He expended a ton of energy getting those early takedowns.
Exactly. Taking my mouthpiece out.
I've never taken it out.
Just squirt the water in.
Yeah. Second round underway. Gherdy Mathieu with that low lead hand, knowing full well the shot is incoming. And as he drives through on that 2, Julio shoots the shot. Gherdy back up to his feet, but he is on the fence. He's going to have to do the same thing he did at the end of the last round. Oh, so rolls through, gets his underhook, builds up. He's now on the outside, pressing the fence, and gets rotated back in. Guys, this is still anyone's game.
Yeah, now Gherdy knows what to expect here, right? 100%. He's getting those hips prepared, and especially what a lot of fighters don't realize is, yes, the person may take you down, but as soon as your butt hits the canvas, pop right back up. Some fighters, you know, you see them, they hit down, and they just take this big, deep breath of fresh air.
They're just happy
like defeated.
Yeah. The best time to get up from a takedown is the instant you hit the floor.
Exactly.
All these floors have bounce and give. I'm surprised Julio's still throwing these giant throws in here.
Yeah, because Julio is slamming, and it sounds good. It may look good to the crowd, but what is that doing to your muscles? You're spending all this you know, muscle and energy to slam your opponent down.
And he's getting no attacks off, no submissions off, no control. He's just burning that gas, looking for these big throws and not be able to follow up with much of anything.
Yeah, I wonder how much energy is Julio, you know, utilizing here. But even though he's not doing any damage, you know, on the judges' scorecards, Julio is more active, and Julio is a little bit more, you know, is more in control.
He's definitely winning. He's controlling, and he's hitting takedowns. but all of his offense is doing no damage which is by far the most important judging aspect. So when we look at that last round, yes, Julio wins on ride time, on takedowns, and on aggression, but on damage, that all goes to Gherdy. So if you're able to do enough damage in a short period of time, you can even that table a bit. Julio, man, he's doing a great job here. We're 2 minutes in, 45 seconds left. If he can keep this ride on, round number 2 is his. Gherdy needs to do a much better job of managing that distance, not lunging into his shots, keeping things short, maybe a little countery even, until he can do some damage and open up.
Yeah, and we saw in the last 30 seconds of that first round there, Gherdy Mathieu does have the ability, to get his game up, does have the ability to land some shots. But I just wish he would be able to, capitalize off of the last 30 seconds. Of
Big
like
uppercut by Gherdy here, spinning back fist by Julio.
He needs to start the round like this.
He needs to punish Julio from the get. Julio does not like when the pressure's coming back his way. That's why he's shooting so aggressively from the start. But as soon as the pressure's put on him, he wilts. You can see he's jelly necking it at the end of the round. This third round, Gherdy absolutely has to finish.
Yeah. Gherdy needs to start the third round how he's finishing these rounds.
If I'm in his corner, I'm trying to keep him hype. Like, legitimately, he needs to be amped up for the beginning of this third round so that he can get right to work, because he is kicking himself in the ass for not starting sooner.
Exactly. It seems like Julio just got a good, 90 seconds of burst of energy in him. Then the second half of each round is where he's sort of dying off, and then that's when Gherdy Mathieu is started taking it away. But Gherdy needs to do something to either tire him out quicker or just be more effective with your takedowns, more effective with your sprawls and your separation.
Or he needs to stop respecting the aggression or the wrestling as much. He needs to work on his lateral movement, i.e. get the hell out of the way of these blast doubles, and use his posts and frames to keep him at bay.
Let's see, what is Gherdy going to do? Hopefully he starts how he's been finishing.
He's really got to get on it. He has a well-educated corner. They probably gave him some really good advice about getting the hell to work. And here I hope to start seeing him do it. He's letting that lead hand hang, walking with a kick. You're fighting a wrestler, gentlemen. Do not enter with large kicks. If your opponent is moving backwards, you can kick. If they are standing still, you cannot. They are going to grab the kick and look for the takedown like we've seen here. So now Gherdy is right back where he's been these first 2 rounds, pressed against the fence.
Yeah, Gherdy needs to create that separation. He needs to utilize his other arm to frame on the head instead of just utilizing that overhook, because it's not doing pretty much anything for him.
He does not have a choice at this point. He needs to get to work. At this point, he's got 2 minutes to win this fight.
Yeah.
Anything short of a finish is not going to do it for him.
And here, even though there's no damage being done, there's no action here.
Control is control.
This is where Julio Juban wants to be. And this is the worst position for Gherdy Mathieu. Yes. Especially after you finish a fight like this where you know you could have won, you're not gassed out at all, but your opponent was able to, smudge out a decision victory over you. Just
by moving forward. He hasn't done anything exceptional. He's just moving forward.
Exactly.
It's like the big complaint of the wrestler, but also the big bonus of the wrestler. It's not my fault you can't get away from me.
Yeah.
I might not be having fun, you might not be having fun, but you stuck here, so I win.
Yeah, it's up to you. You don't like my takedowns, we'll stop them.
And, I've even had guys that I've trained with or guys that have trained under me that are very good strikers. They're like, no one's ever going to get that close to me. Someone's going to eventually.
Yeah.
For sure. And when they do, you're going to be like, oh, wait, I can't right uppercut my way out of this or left hook my way out of this, You have to wrestle. You have to hit all of your skill points. That's not to say Gherdy doesn't. He's obviously shown that he knows what he's doing. He's escaped every major position. He hasn't been in danger at all. He's just getting pressed.
Yeah. Last 10 seconds here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your judges have reached a unanimous decision for your winner out of the red corner, Julio Juban.